Welcome back everyone to Solasta II Early Access playthrough with Frisky Dingo Tactics. Okay, in the last episode we leveled up to the long rest and got out of our prison cell. Now we went and spoke to the ruler, or the elven ruler of the beacons, uh, Anabasia, and yeah, not quite sure how genuine she is. Let's quickly just check our quest log. So we need to talk to Rickard for the 2 inches from death quest. Marhin. So we need to find out bearings, and we haven't heard anything of Diorcus. That's for the Colwall Legacy, but the Argad Republic, we're no closer to that. And the factions. So, the Beacon faction. Intended to cast the light of the Manakalan Empire across Nyokos, the beacon is symbolized by 2 gigantic statues that protect the entrance to Carmare's harbor. A construct of the expansionist Manakalan elves, the beacon once ruled over half of Nyokos, but the cataclysm and the dramatic escape of the Empire's slaves, left the beacon a reduced enclave behind a wall of fortresses, only keeping a tight hold on Nyokos' northern peninsula. Relationship with the Republic of Argad are a subject of constant tension. They do seem a little bit up themselves also. So we're getting favor from them. Their faction members will take our side in battle. And notable personalities: Anabasia, leader of the Beacon, guiding light of Kaamar; a Sorrel Silverstar, the Lieutenant Protector; and Ethindil Steelmind, head of security and intelligence of the Beacon. Okay. Cool. Let's go in and speak to Rickard then, eh? Okay. Thought we could maybe... Let's move forward through the walls. Okay. That's Rickard.
Ah, you're here. Hey, Rick. Good to see you smiling. How are you?
Tired, but alive. Thanks to you and Marike.
What's that smell? When did wine become part of the healing process?
They asked if I wanted a little taste of the local grape. Would have been rude to say no.
Rick.
Enough of the lectures. Any news on Diorcus?
No. She left in a fury, mad at Marike, as if she took Mother from us. We've no idea if she'll return.
It's my fault.
How?
I was there when Marhin got ill. She helped me understand. Told me about her past. Diorcus didn't get that chance.
Her past?
It's a long story, but you need to know. Mother was chosen by Marike to fulfill an important quest. The Covenant.
The Covenant? You know what it is?
She didn't tell me everything, but she clearly didn't succeed. The marriage, the orphanage. She was trying to make amends.
For what?
I don't know. Not exactly. But the first time Diorcus left, Mother just said, "Someday you will understand." Then she fell ill. Gave me those medallions. Made me promise to help Diorcus fulfill the Covenant, and that if she failed, I would have to take her place.
Diorcus took on the Covenant? Sounds more of a curse than a holy quest.
Maybe. But Diorcus has failed. And now it's our turn.
Why us? What's this even about?
I'm sure Blessed Marike, in her infinite wisdom, has her reasons. As I think did Marhin.
What's that supposed to mean?
When you were adopted, I was hurt. Surprised. Even angry. Were Diorcus and I not enough? But now I think I understand. You have always been family to us, to each other. Arguing, fighting, but always together. Like today. Maybe that is why. She knew one of us was not enough.
About the mark.
This mark, what is it?
The Mark of Oblivion. Mother had one for as long as I can remember. When I prepared her body for the funeral, it was gone.
Some inheritance. Diorcus has one too.
Yes. I think that happened the day before she first left. She was upset. Went to Mother. I heard raised voices crying, and then she grabbed her stuff and was gone. Now I realize the Mark and the Covenant had been passed on.
And now it's our turn.
Exactly.
Ah. That explains why Diorcus knows about Neakos. She must have spent the last 10 years here, trying to honor the Covenant.
Okay. About Anabasia.
Anabasia said she spoke with you. What did she say?
Something doesn't fit about her. She's, too nice. I think she might actually be a tyrant.
She says you're her guest of honor.
That's how Galavan officials back home refer to hostages.
What do you think she wants?
She says she wishes to spread the true faith of Maraike in Kayamar.
You don't believe her?
Do you?
There was a man in prison here. He said he was from the Argad Republic.
The opposition to Anabasia's authority, I suppose. An iron fist fuels rebellion.
Okay.
Have you noticed the architecture around here?
Yes. This must have been part of the Manakalan Empire.
But not the new empire. I haven't seen any slaves.
The cataclysm struck here too, just not quite as hard.
What about Anabasia?
She's been the ruler for a long time, even for an elf. She's let me use her library. I'll find out what I can about the place, the people, the forces at play. And you? What does she tell you?
We can explore, but we're definitely on a leash.
Perhaps you can find Diorcus?
We will. If we hear anything, we'll come back to tell you.
Thank you.
Did you see what happened to Landry?
I did. I'm sorry. He didn't make it.
It's so unfair.
One of these monsters killed him. It wasn't the will of Maraike.
We'll find out who or what they are.
Okay. How do we get home?
How do we get back to Ferendra?
As Maraike sent us, it's probably too far even for a teleportation spell. We don't even know where on Solasta Neakos is.
You mean we're stuck here forever?
Look at the upside. You didn't leave any family behind. We're all here.
Haha, very funny.
No matter. I'm certain Anabasia isn't going to let us leave Neakos anyway.
Okay, we should go.
It's time to go.
Yes. Explore the city, listen to everyone. Learn all you can, and find Diorcus. Only she knows what the Covenant really is.
You going to be all right?
Of course.
You behave and leave that bottle alone, okay?
Get out of here.
Okay, so. Let's have a look. Jira's secret, go to the Sickless building, 2 inches from death, completed. Lost sister, find out what happened to Diorcus. Marhin's burden, find out about the Covenant, which is finding out what happens to Diorcus. And this is another side quest here. Okay. Okay, let's see, is there anything in this room? To pick up. No, what we do is we want our kit back. Can't talk to any of these people. Pray, let's go pray.
Steel bars on the windows.
Just in case you forget that even here, you're a prisoner.
Wow, these beds are much nicer than the ones in the cells.
Can't argue with that.
O wise owl, as your witness, hear my prayer.
Justice will be served when Rickard is free to go.
Okay. So if we come back into the...
What now?
Well, as crazy as it sounds, I've been instructed to give you your gear back and to release you. You're free to roam the palace like a bunch of nobles. Go figure.
That's strange indeed.
Okay, there we go. We've got our stuff back. Cool. Leave the palace and speak to Lieutenant Silvertar. Okay, let's have a look at the map. Book. Praetorian Guard. Praetorian Guard. Alright, so let's go... Anabasia. Container. That's the lookout. Rickard, where is... Okay, let's have a look around and see if we can find anything to souvenir. As I said, we're not going to play a evil playthrough. I promise we will be playing an evil playthrough on a future game. But not this one. We're going to be adventurers. But adventurers need money. And these guys aren't exactly possibly nice. So we're going to see where we can go. Let's see. Did we... Okay, crafting magical weapons. Transferring quantities. So how do we read that? Alt, show details. An instruction manual explaining how to use a magic workshop to craft permanent magical weapons. Cool. Diplomatic note. Notes about the diplomatic relationship with the beacon. Something you scribbled in your notebook in haste. Common language, anyone can read this. A private letter. Examine. Have to get this down before the message fades. Come, mother dead, orphanage, old temple. 10 funeral, rituals. First night, day before Kaladar. A magic message from Rickard. Strong emotions, words garbled. Is he drunk? Happiest years of my life, best memories, and now this. Can't be, Marhin, the nearest. I've had a mother, dead. You better not be drunk casting again, Rick. The yearly Mar Parade. Notes about a famous celebration in Kaer Mar and how Parade Street is used. Same again. Heard about your dear old mum. Guess not every day. It's Miss A's birthday. Sorry about that. This here pouch of gold is what I got from the gang. Nudged them to donate generous like. That orphanage of yours is a long way from Kiflin, innit? Of course, this is the actual split from your next blag. The one we has got to do with yous, but we'll be fine, no worries. Ha. Drop us a nod when you's back in town. Your old mucker, One-Eye Bill. Letter from Rickard, I believe I read that before. Okay, so celebrations calendar. Anyone can read this document. So I can carry loads, but let's have a look. Aether Pearl magical device brings back to life with 1 hit point an ally who's died. Okay. Smoked fish. Yep, that's brilliant. We've got some supplies. Celebrations of Kaladar. Dear friends, this year we celebrate a special funeral on Kaladar, that of my beloved mother, Marhin Colwall, one of our community's dearest figures and head of the Colwall orphanage for many years. She'll be honoured during a ceremony at Temple Cole. The church, led by the Order of Oblivion, will organise a festival near the temple for Meraki's visitors and followers. Our good friend Leon from an Order of Life Regnant will be hosting a small... I think we might have read this. Yes, we have read this. Temple Cole. I believe we have read that. The Cole Orphanage. Okay. Fairy in a bottle. Oh, it's a... yeah, okay, it's like a cosmetic. Okay, so dried bark can be used for crafting. Crafting is unavailable in this version, so we're not really fussed with that, but we might be able to sell these things. We've got an Aether Pearl, and we've got an Amethyst. Dagger we'll give to... select recipient, we'll give to our little thief. Okay, let's go have a look around then, guys. Let's head up this... We don't seem to be able to talk to people. So we've not been through here. Let's go through here.
Foreigners? The Lady Anabasia herself received them. How strange.
Look, examine the High Palace. Anything else? Look, examine. The Argad Republic Chronicles. Okay. Let's see, what is this? Praetorian Guard. So let's go here. So we can't interact with the Praetorian Guard, can we? No, we don't seem to be able to interact with them. Let's check the tutorials. Review tutorial. Combat, cover. In battle, you can only attack a creature that you can see. When targeting, a white line of sight should appear between you and an enemy. Cover can be anything that cuts your line of sight towards your target, including other creatures. If an enemy is totally concealed by an obstacle, they have full cover. They cannot be targeted or attacked by spells. No line of sight appears. Partial cover. When targeting an enemy, you can see a cover indicator can appear above the line of sight. This means the enemy is partially hidden and harder to hit. 3/4 cover, the enemy gets +5 to AC and a dexterity saving throw. They're behind a portcullis or a thick tree, for instance. Half cover, the enemy gets +2 to AC and a dexterity saving throw. They're behind a low wall or a narrow tree trunk or a creature, for instance. If no indicator appears above the line of sight, the enemy has no cover. This is the best case, they don't get bonuses. Do I have cover? Your character can also have cover and thus be harder to hit. When you move your character, check for a white line of sight between you and an enemy. If there is none, that means you have full cover for this enemy. Otherwise, check for cover indicators. You may have 3/4 or half cover. If no indicator appears, you have no cover. Okay. Melee combat. A melee combat allows you to attack a target within your reach with a handheld weapon, unarmed strike, or touch spell. Most creatures have a melee distance of $distance 5. Creatures with long weapons or limbs can reach $distance 10. Distance, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that means. If you attack with a ranged weapon when in melee range, you have disadvantage on your attack rolls. Using your main action, you can attempt to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or push it away from you. Your target can be no more than one size larger than you. To avoid being shoved, your target must succeed on a strength or a dexterity saving throw. The best odds. Saving throw DC is equal to 8 plus your strength modifier and your proficiency bonus. a tutorial we've got to review. I thought there was none. Ambush. Party leader. In Solasta II, you control a single character at a time and the rest of the party follows. The party's leader choice does not affect how the game plays, it's just the character you control. I think we read that one. Okay. Okay, resume game. Alright, so there doesn't seem to be anyone we can interact with. Even though on this map they've got a Praetorian Guard, I don't appear that I can interact with him. Let's go up here and see if we can interact with this guy here. No. Doesn't appear that we can. Okay. So again, let's have a look at the map. Praetorian Guards out there. Jute bag empty. So we need to get outside. Yeah. We need to get outside. Ah. Go outside that way. Okay.
Ah, we're out.
And free to roam, apparently.
How far do you think we'll get before Anabazia's goons stop us?
Don't be such a misery, Guts. Enjoy the view.
Okay, so there's ARL Silver Star.
Ah, our dungeon dwellers return from the deeps.
We're supposed to be free to go. Why are you stopping us?
So I heard. But you still have to prove yourselves worthy of trust.
Which is why our brother is still unfit to travel.
Exactly. Trust is in such short supply these days, especially around here. You could be Argad's spies, cunning as they are.
Cut to the chase. What do you want?
Patience. Patience. Pleasantries first. I'm Isorel Silverstar, Lieutenant Protector of Kaya Ma. I'm in charge of security and everything that ensures the well-being of the citizens here. Now, we've had reports of problems with the city's filtration system. Someone needs to take a look inside and clean up whatever's blocking the flow.
You want us to crawl around in the sewers?
Sewers? Goodness, no. Quite the opposite. We have a unique system that keeps the entire city's drinking water supply clean and supplies fresh air to all the buildings in Kaya Ma.
So, if we do this, we're free to leave the city?
Yes, yes. Unless the powers that be change their minds. My esteemed colleague, Ethindil Steelmine's trust is not easily earned. And it's him you need to convince. Honestly, I think this is ridiculous. They're just testing how much humiliation you'll take to gain the Beacon's trust. Just swallow your pride. It won't take long, and then you're free to go.
Thanks for your support, Lieutenant. Where do we need to go?
Down these stairs, you'll find the entrance to the facility.
What's a sparkly chest there?
We'll see you soon, then.
Okay. Where was that sparkly chest? Open. Gardening tool. Alright. We've got a gardening tool. Okay, so do we have any people unlocked? People sitting around. There's a notice board here. This is possibly for missions. Poggle's Perfect Wigs. Okay. That's blocked there. I take it we can't go here. Maybe we can. No, we're not meant to go there. Let's try and open this door here. Cannot be opened at the moment. Okay. So let's first have a look here. Where's Poggle's Perfect Wigs? Examine. Balding? Bored of your hair? Seeking a wig of wonder? At Poggle's Perfect Wigs, we craft and style wigs fit for lords and legends. From elven silk to dwarven braids, we have it all. Visit our shop by the fountain for a fitting today. Pim the jug. And we have a gardening tool. Okay, so... is this the fountain? Predator and guard. Oh, wow. Alright, cool. We've, Jira's secret, go to the old Sickless building. Alright, cool. Merchant, 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 stuff. Container. We want to get out to that container, but we need to then get through this door, which we're not allowed to go to. Okay. And then we can't go down there. Alright, cool. Yeah, sound. Sympathy, indifference, core. Alright, guys. I think that is enough for this episode. On the next episode, I think we'll go into the sewer docks and see about what little mission we've got down there. Yeah, I don't know how much content there is in this. Normally early access is like 10 to 15 hours, so if I tend to keep it to these half an hour shorter episodes, then we could get between 20 and 30 episodes out of it. But we'll see. Let me know if you're enjoying it, and give me a like and subscribe, guys, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace out.